Is this the best zoo in the UK? We're here to find out.
So I am here today at Cotswold Wildlife Park. Behind me is the Russell's griffon vulture, and they are critically endangered. They come from Africa, and as you can see, they are a huge, beautiful vulture.
They are the world's highest flying bird, capable of reaching 37,000 feet, and Cotswolds are helping them by breeding programs, education and global partnerships. Voted the best zoo in the UK for 2024 and 2025, it opened in 1970 and spans over 160 acres of stunning parklands and gardens. It's home to over 260 species, many of which are now classed as vulnerable or endangered. Our first stop is a walled garden and surrounding exhibits. The great grey owl, known as the Phantom of the North and the world's tallest owl. Watch how intensely it is tracking the bird of prey that was flying overhead. Colobus monkey's house is the only one I thought that probably now needs updating. As we entered the walled garden, we come straight through to the Humboldt penguins. Humboldt penguins are vulnerable in the wild, and that's why you often see them in zoos and parks like this, part of the international breeding programs. If you like Humboldt penguins, I feed them in a few weeks at Birdland, so keep your eye out for that video. The prairie dog, famous for their complex social lives, just listen to their funny jump yips they make. I really enjoyed watching the yellow mongoose all playing and grooming each other. The Crowned Sifaka is one of the rarest primates you'll ever see. These lemurs are critically endangered, the highest level before extinction. It is heartbreaking that they are so rare, which is why places like Cotswolds are so vital. They support species through breeding programs and direct donations to conservation in Madagascar. In fact, this was the first park in the UK to ever successfully breed them. Every birth here is a massive win to ensure these beautiful lemurs don't disappear forever. Check out this African open-billed stork. While not endangered, it's a rare bird to see in zoos. Look closely at that unique beak. There is a permanent gap in between the middle, even when it's closed. It works like a specialised tool to grip slippery aquatic snails and then pull them right out of their shells. It's an amazing piece of natural engineering. Inside the tropical house, you are immersed in a lush jungle filled with free-roaming exotic birds, fruit bats and sloths.
I am here in the tropical house in Cotswold Wildlife Park, and here are two crowned pigeons.
They are absolutely huge. They are very unusual looking for a pigeon. They are now unfortunately vulnerable in the wild.
They're cool though, aren't they? Look at their big crests, gorgeous.
I was so impressed with how this lush, immersive walkthrough had been put together. So much thick vegetation and beautiful tropical trees and plants.
Some brilliant footage. Oh, he's so cute. This is on one leg, mate. What are you doing?
This is fantastic if the animals want to hide away from people and show their natural behaviours. Vegetation is so thick it took me a while to spot the fruit bats, and you couldn't even see the sloths, they were so well hidden. Just as you leave the tropical house, you come to the green acaries. These absolutely gorgeous birds are the smallest member of the toucan family. They were absolutely beautiful. I really fell in love with them. I'd love to know in the comments what your favourite animal is. Mine's actually sharks.
So I'm just stood here now by the Bali starling. Now Bali starlings are really endangered in the wild. There's only a handful left, and back in the 80s they were down to 14. I'm not sure if it's got better, but I know some of these zoos like Cotswold Wildlife Park are trying hard to breed them into captivity, and then they're actually flying them over to Bali and then releasing them into the wild, which is amazing.
This is the beautiful lemur walkthrough, home to several species you can get up close with. I unfortunately only caught a glimpse of the Greater Bamboo Lemur, as they had just been fed and all headed inside. It's a shame because Cotswold holds the largest breeding group on the planet, which is huge for their survival. Now we are headed into the indoor exhibits, but first we're going to explore the surrounding ones, starting with the Palace's cat. This was one of the animals I most wanted to see today, and thanks to my camera's zoom we caught a glimpse of her peeking at the top of her enclosure. These cats have the thickest fur of any feline to survive the freezing mountain temperatures they live in. As we head into the fruit bat exhibit, I want to know what's your favourite animal been so far? Yeah, I can see. As we head out to the bat house and into the reptile house, you will see some rare and unusual reptiles, like the bearded lizard from Mexico and also the biggest snake in the world, which is coming up shortly, so keep watching for that. The green anaconda is the heaviest snake in the world, weighing up to 250 kilos, the same as an adult grizzly bear. That's amazing. It's the biggest snake I've ever seen. A warning for you arachnophobes as we head into the invert house. Some of the enclosures are a little bit misty to get footage of, but here's some of what they did have. Now headed over to the farm section and then follows right through up to the grey wolves. This is a great area of the park if you have children, or even for us adults if you like some hands-on experience. As we move out of the farm area and then on towards Wolfwood, we come across all these lovely animals like the anteater and the capybaras. The park is really green and luscious all the way through from start to finish. It was a wonderful day.
We've got so many of these white storks.
And that is because they are being bred here as part of the UK's rewilding programme.
So just behind me here is the Southern Cassowary. Now, cassowaries look so prehistoric. Those large casks they have on their head are part of why people think they might be dangerous, but actually it's their feet that are the most dangerous thing. They have a very powerful kick. Most cassowaries don't want to be around people though, so they tend to avoid people. They're endangered in the wild too, especially in Australia. They seem to have very little, even though this is where this species comes from. Don't they look like huge dinosaurs? You can definitely see where dinosaurs come from, especially with their blue skin and big eyes.
Here are the European grey wolves, actually the UK's top predator before they were hunted to extinction. I was lucky to see them so active, and keep watching as I got the privilege to see one howl on camera. Now we are headed into this beautiful lake area where there is wildfowl and huge pelicans, some geese that decided they liked me quite a lot, which you'll see in a minute.
What's going on? I ain't got any food.
Our last area of the park is the Little Africa and the surrounding exhibits of big African species, starting with Chapman's zebra. They were very jumpy. One of the most famous sights here is the white rhino grazing right outside the manor house lawns. While this species of rhino have seen some conservation success, they are still classed as near threatened due to the constant threat of poaching. We then headed in to see the babies born at the end of 2025. Just listen to their cute little noises. I actually thought I wasn't going to see them, but then...
Come on.
The clouded leopard is incredibly elusive and currently classified as vulnerable in the wild. They are strikingly beautiful with those cloud-like markings that provide the perfect camouflage for a life spent in the canopy. These cats also possess the biggest canine teeth relative to body size of any feline on the planet. This helps them to hunt much larger prey in the treetops. Standing tall above the African exhibits is the Rothschild's giraffe, one of the most endangered subspecies of giraffe in the world. It's estimated that fewer than 2,500 remain in the wild. Notice their distinct markings. Unlike other giraffes, Rothschilds have no patches below their knees, almost like they are wearing white stockings. This all-bachelor herd plays a vital role in wider conservation by providing a social environment for young males.
We are finishing up today with the Asiatic lions. Now, Asiatic lions are now restricted to one part of India, which is the Giraffes National Park. There's only around 800 of them left in the wild.
The park helps protect them by maintaining a specialised breeding pair, contributing to global breeding programs, awareness and in situ conservation to help protect what's left in the wild. Unlike their African cousins, the Asiatic lions possess a distinctive fold of skin running along their bellies, a feature rarely seen in African species. You will notice the males have shorter manes, which means their ears are clearly visible, likely an adaptation for the denser scrub forest they hunt in. They are slightly smaller and more solitary than African lions, but their presence is no less commanding. Which animals have you enjoyed seeing the most? The majestic giants like the Asiatic lions or the rare and unusual? I can see how Cotswold Wildlife Park was voted Best Zoo last year with its beautiful habitats and gardens and work it does for conservation. I will be visiting more of the UK's parks like this to see for myself, so please subscribe to see the exciting places I have lined up.
Wow, look how beautiful the Asiatic lions are. I'm going to finish there for today because it's been a very cold day, even though it's a wonderful day out. They do some fantastic work for conservation, and yeah, it's brilliant. We just got to see the clouded leopard, which was amazing. The only thing we didn't really get to see, which we really wanted to, was the Pallas's cat. But other than that, it's been a fantastic day, even in the cold. So yeah, get yourself down to Cotswold Wildlife Park, and I will see you guys next time.